So with so much to see and do in Berlin, I couldn't fit it into just one episode. So here's another episode of some of the more random things that I encountered during my time in Berlin. Hello everybody, coming to you from Mein Haus am See in Cosmic Casbah. As you can see, it's a very trendy place. Definitely the oldest person in this bar, having been taken here by a friend from Berlin, getting my favourite beer, the Berliner Weisse. The reason I like it is because it does not taste like beer. It's basically raspberry flavoured beer, yeah, Berliner Weisse Rock. So a white beer with a red raspberry syrup that's been added to it, which makes the beer much more palatable in my humble opinion. So been very much looking forward to this for the past week, coming to Berlin and getting to try the Berliner Weisse again. So it's been a pretty good night. Had a Syrian dinner, so that was quite nice, and now just having a drink to settle into my first night here in Berlin. Big day planned tomorrow, so looking forward to that. So I'll see you later on. It's me again, I'm back. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce my friend from Berlin, Marcel.
Hey guys, it's Marcel from Berlin. Nice to see you. We're having a beer here. That's the right beer, the right German beer. Not the red one Nicholas is drinking, because that's not really German beer. Yeah, we're enjoying it. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, a public service announcement from your friendly, awkward, introverted traveller.
Whether or not you're in East Berlin or West Berlin is with these pedestrian crossing signs. You'll notice they're a little bit different to what we have in New Zealand, and they're a little bit different to what is in West Berlin as well. So these are East Berlin pedestrian crossing signs, so the red man there and the very famous green man, yeah? So to differentiate themselves between East and West, the Soviet and the German Democratic Republic, they created different pedestrian crossing men, so that's the green man. Here we are, making our way down to the Brandenburg Gate, crossing a bridge called, I'm not quite sure, over the river. Need to work that out. However, you can see it's a beautiful historical place, Berlin. Lots of churches everywhere. That's the Berliner Dome. I just made that up, I don't think that's true. It's something like that. I should probably work it out, and I'll get back to you on that one. So keep walking with me, and away we go. Right, that is the Berliner Dome there. I'm guessing it's a Catholic church. And then next to it is the Sieghaus, the old history museum of Berlin. Russian Foreign Embassy. I went and knocked on the door, but Vlad wasn't in, so they said come back tomorrow. Behind me is the British Embassy, slightly more of a police presence than the Russian one. They'd only had 2 officers standing outside. Oh, they're all looking at me now, probably about to storm me. Up our random and unexpected tour of the embassies of Berlin. Behind me is the United States Embassy there. Also well guarded. Now there's a tour going on in front of me, so I'm going to listen in and get some free information. So why have I stopped outside the Hotel Adlon, I hear you ask? Well, some of you may remember the pop artist Michael Jackson, RIP. Children of the 80s and 90s will definitely remember him. So you also may remember the strange affair when he dangled one of his kids outside the window of a hotel, and this is the hotel. That's the window up there where he dangled the baby out. It's time for an awkward introverted traveller moment. I can't work out if this is an upgrade or a downgrade, but I've now been asked to take photos, which is I guess pretty normal. However, randomly when she asked me in English I ignored her, but when she asked me in German I responded, so not quite sure what that's about. Maybe I'm developing a German mind at the moment. still going. Across this memorial here, remembering, reconciling, bearing united responsibility for our future. So that's a map of Africa there, and on this site in 1884 Europe got together and carved up Africa and worked out what their respective interests were, and needless to say the African people were excluded. There's a rather horrible picture there of the people in chains there. So evidently the upshot of this conference was the successful on the part of European powers carving up Africa into the respective interests, and it kept peace and harmony in Europe, but I guess meant untold suffering for the people of Africa.
Now for a little musical interlude. The German culinary feast begin. So in addition to raspberry flavoured beer, the other thing I've most been looking forward to with my time here in Germany is Fleischsalat. Basically it's strips of ham and mayonnaise put together. Beautiful combination. Sehr good. Other culinary highlights in Germany include Schinkenkäse, ham and cheese filled croissants. Hammy cheesy goodness. And of course we wouldn't be in Germany without some sort of meat in an offal casing. Meaty goodness. I like mine with Fleischsalat. Yum, it just tastes better. And what about the kids, I hear you ask? Well, they're not left out in Germany. Why not get them hyped up on sugar with these? Braus Maus. Sugary goodness.
I hear you say, what's for dessert? Gelato. Creamy goodness. And of course no trip to Germany would be complete without cafe. Kuchen. Typical German.
And when you're done with all this lovely German food, why not wash it down with some apple Schule? Fizzy and refreshing. But Nicholas, tell us some more wonderful things about Germany, I hear you ask. Well, let me show you the German windows. Look at this. But then, a little trick. Ooh, now that is German ingenuity.
Shout out to Sean, long time listener, first time caller, 20 years, and they said it wouldn't last. I'll see you in London. Germany, there's no shortage of characters on the street, so we're going to go and meet the Silver Man. So shout out to New Zealand.
Wow. Oh no!
Yeah. Bye bye Berlin.